Hello, this is Suzanne from Hairdo Salon, and today I'm going to show you some tips and tricks to help you get curly hair smooth and straight. I'm going to address the bangs first and foremost because those do dry quickly and we got to get a hold of those. Get them under control before they get all wonky. I'm going to, real quick here, put in some Mood Swings by R&Co. This is an anti-humectant, so it helps to keep the moisture out of the hair once it's been dried. Just a little precaution, just to help me get that a little smooth. But anyways, I'm going to blow dry across the forehead, and my blow dryer is going to follow my brush. I'm going to go back and forth, both directions, blow dryer following the brush across the forehead, and that is going to smooth out those bangs and address any cowlicks we might have. The next thing I'm going to do is we're going to utilize tension. You can see I'm pulling that hair nice and tight, and heat. Tension plus heat equals straight. So you want to make sure that you're going to use small sections, and you're going to pull them tight, and I'm going to blow dry. I'm drying a few inches of the hair here. If you can get those roots straight, your blow dry is so much easier. But you've got to take small sections. You've got to make sure that the hair is all smooth out. You can't have no bumpy hair. You got to take the time to smooth it out and tug pretty tight and blow in an upward direction so you don't have heat sitting on your head the whole time. And it will help you to get this hair super smooth. So we're going to finish up this side here. You can see that my sections are small, and I am making sure that they are smooth. All right, and then I'm pulling them tight, and I'm blow drying up, which is also going to give the hair lots of volume. Right here, I'm making sure that hair is smooth. I can't have any little wonky pieces in it because I'll blow dry those into the hair, and then those are permanent. So get the hair straight, and I'm coming up a few inches. All right. And I don't know why my camera keeps going in and out of focus. I don't know if I'm on a weird setting. I apologize, but I think you can get the gist of what I'm doing. Again, smoothing that hair out, and I've got a nice strong hold on that hair. Smoothing it a little more. You can see I'm pulling that up. But this is what's going to get those roots straight for you. I'm sure those of you who have curly hair or have tried drying curly hair, those roots are such a bugger, and they're so hard to get smooth. But this is such a great trick. And plus, it cuts down on all your drying time. By the time I've done all this, I just have to smooth out some ends, and I'm super happy about it. So pull that hair tight and add some heat. Just like that. In just a minute here, I'm going to get out my round brush, and we're going to smooth all of our ends. And the only reason I'm using a round brush on this head is because I like the boar bristles on my round brush. You can use a paddle brush, but I really like the boar bristles. I know you can get a paddle brush that has boar bristles. I just have all my round brushes with boar bristles, so that's what I grab. But I'm not going to try to do any fancy round brushing. I'm literally just going to pull the ends straight. We are going to, I'm showing you the big brush. The big brush, if I was doing long hair, I'd pull out this big brush. But I don't have long hair. She's got short layers. She's got like a shaggy haircut. So that's my brush of choice. And I'm just going to now smooth out all those ends. My roots are straight. You guys can see that my roots are straight. My job is super easy now. So I'm going to grab the hair, and I'm going to pull it forward, smoothing out those ends. And again, this is a mannequin, and their hair is not soft. It's not very friendly, so I do have to tug a little bit. Usually on a real person's hair, you don't have to tug quite so hard. But you do want to get it smooth, so there's nothing wrong with tugging. So just smoothing out those ends, and I am going to go both directions here because when you go both directions, it does get the hair even more straight. There we go. Other direction now. You can see how smooth and straight that hair is getting because those roots were already blown out straight, so it's real easy at this point to get the rest of the hair smooth. If she had super kinky hair, that's a whole different ball game. They fall into a whole nother category. You can't get super, super kinky hair straight without some kind of a hot tool. But if you just have a normal, regular curl pattern to your hair, this will work quite well. Okay, I'm here connecting these bangs. The bangs were so flat from doing my paddle brush back and forth, so I'm just giving them a little bit of bend. All right, there's one very nice straight side of the head. Now I'm going to come over to the other side, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'll speed this side up for you. But you can see my sections are not big. They're small, and I'm pulling tight, and I'm making sure that hair is smooth. And I'm blow drying up, and I'm blow drying out a handful of inches. I'm getting a lot of my work done right now. And I'm not having to pull the front up. You don't want to pull the bangs straight up like this because they're going to stick straight up. That's why I did the bangs first, and I got those down, and I'm not even grabbing the bang hair as I'm doing this. I'm just leaving it be. All right, get that hair straight. And again, if you need help on the bangs, I do have a video that's strictly just for bangs and calyx. You can find that on the YouTube channel. All right, now my brush, again, just grabbing the hair, pulling it forward. This is easy to do on yourself. It's not a tricky thing to do. So no one's allowed to be mad at me for using a round brush because I'm not doing anything tricky here. Just pulling it forward and pulling it back. You can see how well that straightens that hair. Now the back does get a little bit trickier. Oh, bangs. Sorry, got to connect the bangs. All right, and then we're going to move to the back. So the back of the head, I always do, and everything I can do pulling forward above my head, I do. Like I'm going to blow dry this coming forward in front of my head. And I'm going to pull as much as I can till it won't stay up there anymore. Eventually, it's going to start to fall back and not stay up on the head because the layers are short. But I'm pulling that hair forward and doing the exact same thing I did on the sides. Small sections, making sure it's straight. You don't want any wrinkles or bubbles or curls left in this piece of hair. You need to make sure that you smooth that out. You can certainly grab a comb to smooth it out. I actually didn't even have a comb with me when I was doing this, but a comb is very helpful if you have a hard time getting that smooth. But you can see I'm tugging on that hair and pulling it forward. So this is the motion. If you were sitting there looking in the mirror, this is what your hair would be doing. You'd be pulling it forward into your face just like this. And do as much as you can this direction because this is the easiest thing to do. The more forward over the head that you come, the easier everything is. But eventually, like I said, things won't stay on top of your head. They're going to start to fall. So when that happens, we're now going to pull everything to the front. So I'm grabbing this back hair and I'm bringing it towards my face. Again, still tugging that hair. You can see I'm pulling on that with my hand. And the more I pull, the tighter I get, the straighter the hair is going to get. And then you do have to have heat. You can't do this on a cold setting. I think I have it, usually I blow dry on warm. Sometimes hot is just too hot. And since I'm working at the roots a lot here, I don't want to burn my clients. Warm is usually sufficient. If you can handle the hot, that will get you even straighter. So it depends on what you can handle. But don't burn your head, all right? I'm always blow drying up away from the scalp. I start at the scalp and then blow dry up, blow dry out. But pull that hair forward. And I'm pulling through. I'm probably almost getting the entire back straight just doing this. All right, let's just fine tune those ends to make them a little smoother. And again, I'm going to pull forward. I'm going to make this easy on you guys. You guys can grab your hair and pull it forward. I know you can. No one's allowed to complain about a round brush. Smoothing those ends. You can see I'm just kind of working those ends because all the roots are dry. I don't have to dry the roots anymore. I'm just smoothing the ends. And you want to make sure that you connect that part. Like I don't want to just leave that big part right down the center of the back. So I'm kind of overlapping and grabbing some of that hair and bringing it to the other side. Otherwise, you have a big part down the middle. Nobody wants that. And my last thing to smooth is that little top piece of hair. Some of those ends were just a little bit fuzzy. So I was just getting those ends really quick. All right. I always like to take a blow dryer through the hair when I'm done with my brush, just to kind of marry everything together. But you can see here, she's good and straight. She's looking pretty cute and shaggy. I did brush this. You don't have to brush it, but her hair is a mannequin head again, and it does get a little fluffy and frizzy. But anyways, this is my tricks. Pull that hair tight. Get the roots as straight as you can. So by the time you go to blow dry the ends, there's very little work to do. Hope you enjoyed it.